Are there daily habits that can actually damage your brain? Most of the time, we don't realize the cause of a particular habit or how it will affect our well-being. In this video, we're going to give you 13 habits that damage your brain. Number 13, the myth of multitasking. You may have heard that multitasking is bad for productivity. In fact, some say that multitasking is actually a myth. Our brains aren't actually designed to multitask well. People think that they're multitasking when in fact they're just jumping back and forth between tasks very rapidly. Multitasking can increase the stress hormone cortisol and the fight or flight hormone adrenaline. These two together can overstimulate your brain to create a mental fog or scramble your thinking. Number 12, sitting for too long. In the post-pandemic world, we're working from home more, which means that we're sitting a lot more. Sitting is not only bad for our overall health, but it can be a neurological risk also. In a UCLA study, it was discussed that sedentary behavior can be a predictor of brain structure. Reduce your amount of sitting time and start simple interventions like moderate walking, stand while you work, and other simple activities. Just 10 minutes at a time can go a long way to keeping your brain healthy. Number 11, too much salt. We've bashed sugar for years, but another common food ingredient that often goes unnoticed is salt. Studies have shown that salt is a contributing factor to high blood pressure. High blood pressure can lead to minor cognitive problems and, of course, increase the risk of having a stroke. A stroke, of course, causes severe damage to the brain. Number 10, your nicotine consumption. Nicotine can speed the thinning of the brain's cerebral cortex, which can contribute to the development of Alzheimer's disease. Quitting smoking can help recovery of the cortex, but healing will be slow and may be incomplete. No doubt about it, smoking and vaping can be bad for your health. Number 9, lack of socializing. Here's what we know. Conversation is beneficial for your brain. Processing feelings and thoughts and then converting them to speech so you can have a conversation with friends is a big brain workout. Loneliness can lead to higher risk for developing depression and dementia and can even speed up cognitive decline. Studies show that 10 minutes each day of speaking with another person improves memory and cognition. Number 8, covering your head when you're sleeping. This is a habit that most people have when the weather's cold, and it may not be helpful. When people sleep with their heads covered, it leads to an increase in carbon dioxide levels and, of course, a reduction in oxygen levels. If the oxygen supply is inadequate, the brain's functioning capacity can be reduced. You may feel suffocated and sleep deprived, which can lead to feelings of fatigue and drowsiness. Number 7, working when you're sick. If we're overworked, we stand more of a chance of getting sick. If we continue working through our sickness, the efficiency of our brains is likely to be affected pretty dramatically. And of course, this only adds to our stress. Our bodies and brains are already working overtime when we're ill to deal with all the infections. It's best to take a day off, relax, and recuperate. Number 6, not getting enough exercise. It always seems like it comes down to this, and that's not getting enough exercise. Exercise increases our flexibility and also helps increase our mobility. Failure to get enough exercise or mobility can decrease our brain's ability to process simple motor skills. Studies show that simple exercises release endorphins or happy hormones. Of course, there's other side benefits like strengthening your heart and lungs. Try to shoot for at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise each week. Number 5, exposure to chemicals or pollution. Studies have shown that polluted air can cause damage to the brain. Just breathing certain chemicals, however brief, can damage brain cells. Beware of exercising when pollution is at its highest concentration, as well as any chemicals that you might be inhaling around your house. Number 4, too much screen time. Hey, we're all guilty of it. All the screen time we expose ourselves to can negatively affect our emotional and mental well-being. People are spending more and more time in front of a screen during the majority of their waking hours. Remember that face-to-face conversation is important for your brain. Once in a while, put the phone down and actually have a conversation with someone. Number 3, chronic stress. If you have a high expectation mindset, it can trigger negative reactions that raise your stress levels when things don't go the way you'd expect. And why is that? This and other chronic stress has the ability to kill brain cells and shrink the prefrontal cortex. This is the area responsible for memory and learning. One way to combat stress is to learn to become more flexible with how you react in certain situations. Number 2, ignoring health issues. Don't ignore your health problems. It's important that you take health problems serious and see a doctor to get treatment. If you ignore your health problems, they can lead to more serious issues later on that include brain damage. As an example, if you have hypertension that's been left untreated, you're more likely to develop dementia. Depression and diabetes that are left untreated and unchecked can also be harmful to your brain. Number 1, there are 4 simple things that you can do to improve your brain health. So how do we stop causing damage to our brains? While trying to break bad habits can be hard, here are 4 quick tips to keep your brain primed and ready for action. Try learning new things. When you're learning something new, you're exercising your brain. Try practicing mindfulness. Yoga or meditation helps cognition and our ability to manage habitual thinking, actions, and patterns. Try taking a walk. And start a new hobby like cooking or playing a new instrument.